Being the newest team in WBL, the Change-Ups started the greatest season that we have ever seen, and this will be a documentary on it. The Change-Ups would kick off the season by facing the Biscuits, and they would lose the series 1-2, and this is where they became rivals. They won game 1, lost game 2, and lost game 3, and there were a lot of home runs in this series, a lot of runs scored. In their second series of the year, they would face the Southern Sliders. This game went to 5 innings. It was Drew Rarick's first appearance. He had a tough day. He went 0 for 3 with 3 Ks until the 5th inning. The Change-Ups really struggled to get the bats going. They did not struggle to get outs, though, as you can see this fly ball. Eventually, Drew Rarick hit the game-winning home run to advance to 2-2. In their third series of the year, they faced the defending champions, Boston Bulldogs, a 1v5. Ethan got the bats going in the first inning, and then Drew showed up, and it was 0 runs after that. Eventually, Ethan won on a no-hitter. The Change-Ups got the walks going late in the third, but they eventually couldn't score. Game 2, the Boston Bulldogs won 1-0. The one run was an Ethan Ibach home run. Game 3, Ethan ran out of energy and the Change-Ups won. And this is the third inning of Game 1 right here.
Oh! Grounder! It's gonna end it! Game!
Their easiest series of the year came against the Chimps, the worst team in WBL. The Change-Ups went on to sweep the Chimps and won 12-0 game 1 and 10-0 the last 2 games. As you can see, the Chimps walked and walked and walked everyone. The Change-Ups honestly didn't need their full roster there. They could have won with only Jack. And the Change-Ups advanced to 6-4. Their last series of the year came against the Dirtbags. The Dirtbags were desperate for a win, and so were the Change-Ups. This is probably, most people would say, the best game in WBL history. Went to 7 innings, and in the top of the 7th, Jim hit a ground ball to Jack, fielder's choice, and it scored a run. And then they got out of the inning, and then after that, Jack and Joe came up to the plate. Jack struck out. Joe got a base hit, and Jack struck out and ended the game ended the best game in WBL history. And I'll let you watch the rest.
Here we go. Grounds it. Jim has to run.
Fly. Go two.
He gets 1 base. One. Takes it to the zone. The Dirtbags win.
This was the matchup everybody was waiting for, the NLCS to get to the World Series. Change-Ups Biscuits. It was 3-0 in the bottom of the third in the last inning of Game 1. And the Change-Ups rallied, but they could not get it, and they won the next 2 games to make it 2-1 series. Biscuits came back, won Game 4. This sent it to a Game 5, and it was sending it to the most intense game of the year.
We got 1 out. Oh, the pitch. Grounds it. He can just touch first.
Get through. Slide.
He's out, and that's the game.
So bad.
Game 5, we had one of the most unbelievable catches we've ever seen. Almost made it to SportsCenter. We thank you guys for tagging SportsCenter on the Instagram post. But eventually, the Change-Ups came out on top, and they got to the World Series, and they had the most momentum going into the World Series, and it was almost certain. Everyone was almost certain that the Change-Ups were gonna get there, gonna win it. Now this is the rest of the game.
Logan Sullivan.
Top of the order.
The full count pitch.
Ball.
Takes it in the zone. That's 1 out.
That hit there. 1 down.
1 out. Here's the pitch.
Hey, what are you feeling? Ball.
Nasty.
Yeah. Ass.
Making the World Series. That one!
Oh, get out!
It's caught! And the Change-Ups need 1 more, and they are going to the World Series. Takes it in the zone, and the Change-Ups are going to the World Series. Jake, this is all your fault. Yesterday, you should have walked. Swing and a miss, and the Change-Ups
unfair. That was unfair.
Sweep the dirt bags. It's a dog pile.